Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Momentum Update, where I, Bruce Breedlove, the brand ambassador for Momentum, interview Momentum agents and ask them what is different in their life and their business since joining Momentum. So today I have Ericka O'Toole and Jodi Casella, the mentor-mentee duo of today's episode. So guys, thank you for joining me. Ericka, let's jump right into it. What is different in your life and your business since joining Momentum since the end of May, right?
Yes, end of May. Honestly, a lot has changed since partnering up with Jodi and Momentum. I've gone from having nothing under contract to having about 1.9 million under contract, which after my payout, after taxes, after everything like that, it's $30,000 in my pocket. That helps give me the lifestyle that I want to live. It helps pay my expenses, pay off debt, do the things with my family I want to do. So it's been a big turnaround.
So because you have that $30,000 in profit coming, and that's over the next 5 months we figured out, you're able to diminish debt, you're able to pay for your marketing expenses. So then how does it make you feel in your day-to-day business that knowing that you have that profit coming? You know what I mean? You can serve clients differently, or how does that change the way you approach your job now?
Well, of course, it gives you that confidence boost. And I'm definitely a lot more comfortable where I'm at, just knowing that I have these things coming in and that I've been able to do that. It just makes me a lot more comfortable working with everybody else that comes in from here on out that I work with.
So have you been focusing on working with buyers and sellers? What has your focus been to get this business that you have now?
I have both buyers and sellers. Four of them are buyers. One of them is a seller. I've really been working my sphere. 3 out of the 5 are referrals or just my personal sphere, which is great. 2 of them are Zillow leads. So it's just been a lot of working with everybody that I know, family, friends, businesses, those types of things.
So I'm going to push you a little bit further on that. So for who's watching, everybody talks about working my sphere, but what activities do you do to work your sphere?
So my husband, he works for a huge aviation company. So I do make sure that I get in close with them. I've become really close with his boss and a few of them that run the company. So as they move people into the Green Cove Springs and St. John's area, my card is the one that they give. Family, friends, as soon as I hear that they're looking or even considering looking, I make sure I have the conversation with them. The businesses that I know, I make sure that I go in, I talk to everybody that I know there and just build the rapport, really.
So it seems like your ideal lead generation lever is either in-person conversations or building the relationship rather than cold calling, FSBO, door knocking, all that. Because we all know there's like 21 lead generation levers, right?
Yes.
So did you sit down and look at your strengths and decide, okay, well, I'm not going to be good at these, I'm going to be good at these, or is it just something you naturally gravitated to?
It's kind of something that I naturally gravitated to. I'm a very social person. I like to get to know people. It's the bubbly personality. That's just kind of what I gravitate towards, as opposed to sitting down, making the calls, doing those types of things. I mean, I'll do those, but I definitely gravitate more towards in person and building relationships.
Awesome. I love it. So Jodi, let's switch over to you. You helped bring on Ericka from both of your previous brokerage, right?
Yeah.
And then you had a previous relationship with her, at least a little bit. So what have you seen? First of all, what have you done with done with Ericka to get her to where she is now? And also, what have you seen the difference in her outlook, personality in her business since you guys have built this together?
So first coming on with Momentum, just even for my own business, was just capitalizing on the videos, the content that's provided was key. So bringing in a mentee, we use that as kind of a tool to get them prepared in the work that they're about to do, scripting and the great value that John and Brittany have brought with how to vet buyers better, how to do your LP Mama script, which anyone who's in Momentum knows what that stands for. So I think that was our key. Just kind of, we knew each other because Ericka bought a house with me. And so we had a great relationship to begin with, but then we're a lot alike. So we did build off of our strengths. We did the strengths class right away. Partnered up on kind of those things. Also, scripting, not necessarily scripting, but just taking each time that we've worked on something together and talking about how we could have better said this or how to handle that, because Ericka's been in some circumstances that have challenged her, which we all are in. I'm still in them, and I have to call her and go, I don't know, what do you think? Or, I talk to other agents within Momentum. Shauna Clark has been a great resource for both of us. So yeah, I think this system worked where we were watching the videos, and now we've got an accountability meeting every Monday that we're going to do. And that hour and a half will be, how do we improve? What do we need to do? And it's a weekly goal setting. Monday, we set that goal. We see what we achieved the next Monday, what we still need to work on, what we can do more of, things like that.
How do you know, when you go into those meetings, how do you know what goals to set? What are you basing it off of? Is it where you're trying to get business from, or the failures or opportunities you had from last week? Like, how do you know what goal to focus on?
We're using the cash talk. So that's a really good breakdown that John's and Brittany put into the program for us mentors to use that as a good reflection each week. And it gives you, how are you feeling, kind of the gratitude things that John has taught us to do, and then with, of course, the mentor mentee, there's a 10 deal expectation, and we need it in a year. I'd like to do it quicker than that. So Monday last week, we wrote down all of the business that's in the works, that's already under contract, what we needed to get to 10. And in last week, you got 3 under contract, correct? Like and she's got probably 6 more already in the pipeline. So our 10 transactions will be, I would think, by March, probably all closed is the goal. So it's just kind of re-looking at where did we get that business. We are working some leads together, that are outside of our mentor-mentee relationship, things like that.
So setting goals is, everybody knows is important, but then measuring yourself against them, using accountability is something that sounds like you guys have gotten a lot of value from in your own relationship. And then that's built trust. So speak a little bit, because we talked offline about the trust. Speak a little bit, Jodi, about the trust you guys have with each other and how it's different for you now having this relationship than before you and Ericka were together.
So building my business last year, it was a big conversation that I need to start capitalizing on my time. I'm paying myself this much to do these things in my business, like running social media, making phone calls, working your sphere, open houses, all of this stuff that as your business continues to grow, you need to be able to kind of delegate out other things, like joining the focus program, which is a whole nother conversation, but it's touching my sphere and I'm not having to do it. I've hired someone to do it. The relationship with the mentee mentor was such an intriguing part of the reason I want to be in Momentum is I love teaching and training, and I also love having a relationship with someone you can trust, that you can share your business in. And that's what we found together. Knowing our relationship, our strengths, our trust, I can hand off a referral, so to speak, or a lead that she's going to work for me while I'm on vacation, or vice versa. And I can do it with confidence, knowing she's got the same 5-star customer service goals that I do. And I don't have to question, anything. And if there is a question, we just talk it out, like, hey, what did you think of that? And, she's had a couple things come up with new construction that I'm well versed in. And she's called me and said, what do I need to do? How should we do this? And we work through it together.
So someone that doesn't have access to a mentor-mentee program inside Momentum or elsewhere, and who's maybe feeling the crunch of hitting that ceiling where the activities are making them so they can't get more business. Like, how do you go about finding someone that you trust, Jodi? What would you look for? And where would you look for them?
I mean, typically what I've found is when I've worked other sides of deals, whether they're in another brokerage or within our same brokerage, if there is that awesome working relationship, I want to work with them. We want more of that. So I think with our cultural ambassador program, it's, taking on those people that really match our culture and our goals and Momentum. And so the opportunity to bring in someone new like Ericka, who wasn't meeting that kind of package that we wanted, it was like, well, this is a great opportunity to work with someone just like that, even though they don't necessarily have the production that I did. Their work ethic is there. They're bringing that professionalism every single day, showing up. So it's just a key to being successful is, are you willing to do that and put in that work? And I think the program offers that, to a person that wants to come into Momentum that doesn't necessarily have the production level that we had set. So
yeah, when we have those conversations, Jodi, we always look for the intangibles, the hustle, the hunger, the humble, and the work ethic. But if the production is not there, it's probably because they either haven't been given their correct training or given the right start to get there. And Ericka, you can probably speak to this, but you can't teach that first stuff that we were talking about, the humble, hustle, hungry, all that. You can't teach that. So when we have those conversations, Jodi, I know you know this, it's like that's a rule in, not necessarily a rule out when you don't have the production, right? Because we're looking for both, but at the same time, we have a system in place to be able to accommodate people like Ericka. And obviously it worked, right? Yes. For her to bring her in, because we knew she had all that. So that's awesome. Let me switch gears a little bit. I'm going to ask you both two questions. I'm going to start with Ericka about Momentum. What do you believe, Ericka, is Momentum's most valuable asset that we have to offer oncoming agents?
Honestly, the support system. Any time of day, you can go into our Facebook page, ask a question. You're going to get 15 different people answering you. It's never ending support, which is great. That's really honestly the biggest thing that Momentum offers that I didn't see previously.
So what difference in your business does it make? Let's make it more real. What difference does it make in your life and your business?
It makes it where you have a question, it's answered right away. So you're not digging for things, and just the motivation, because you post anything on there and it's not only just the answer to the question, it's, you go girl comments and everybody is just happy, and that it makes you want to work. It makes you feel like you're part of something. So it makes a huge difference in how you feel about everything.
So it's giving you energy, maybe when you need it, if you can't figure out something. So that's awesome. Jodi, same question to you. What's Momentum's most valuable asset we have to offer?
For me, it's the level of content, just learning so many more layers to my business, how to grow. Like today, I'm going to go to the in-person meeting on learning how to build a team and then building wealth through investing in real estate. And that's a big, huge goal of mine. And as I've built some of my bank account, I'd like to shift into that section. And I don't really know where to start. And I do appreciate that it's not only just our group, it's bringing in guest speakers that provide a ton of value. And the second thing is really the time that when you first come over, the time that's put into you as an individual, the time that it was to learn my strengths, build up my daily activities, how to be better at my systems and processes. And now it's just up to me to be accountable to do that.
Yeah, because you know what to do now. You just got to do
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Yep.
I love it. So, you talked about bringing people in who know more than all of us. And it's like, we talk so much about building the tribe. And if we say it too much, it can get like overused and kind of, benign sounding, but it's really working because the focus is like you partner with people that are here, and you maybe are here and you're constantly being pulled up because we're bringing people in who add value. Right. And again, that goes back to the culture conversation that you and I both have, Jodi, with oncoming people, right? Can they add to the community? Because that's our most valuable asset, in my opinion, if you would ask me. So I completely agree with you, Jodi. Thank you for sharing that. So last question, back to you, Ericka. As a real estate agent, how do you give 5-star service? What do you focus on in giving 5-star service to your clients?
I think the biggest thing that I've learned over the past couple of weeks is communication is key. Responding to anything they send, even if it's just a simple thumbs up so they know that you got it, even if it's just a simple email that just says that you received it. That's what everybody wants, is the communication. They want to know that you're there for them. And that's really what I've been focusing on and what has really driven the 5-star service for me.
So like closing the loop in conversation. Got it. Did not expect that. Nice. Jodi, what about you? 5-star service, how do you give it? What's the takeaway?
The key is listening to their needs, hearing what they want, and not just in a home, but in their life. What are their goals? What do they do for fun? Where are they going to spend more of their time? Because a lot of the customers we're dealing with are coming from out of state. I have a huge military referral program that they're coming in and they don't know what they're getting into, and there's really listening to them and finding what suits them, and communication, which Eric and I both have touched on, that they really truly need to know, even though we are working 10, 12, 20 transactions sometimes over a course of months and months and months, they don't care. They want to know that you're there for them every time they need something.
So giving 5-star service sounds oddly like maintaining a good relationship in any way. Communicating, yes, reassuring, listening to their needs. I mean, it's like, that's what you expect from a friend, a mate, anything. So that's profound to me. So thank you guys for spending some time with me today. A Momentum update. I love visiting with agents who have come on. And I interviewed both of you when you came on, and you were wide-eyed and excited to join Momentum, but really that's secondary to like what the difference it's made in your life and your business, and like seeing you guys happy and successful is so awesome. So thank you for spending time with me. I'm grateful for you both. So until next time, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah.